to see everyone again. My name is Doobie Mosley. I'm the co-founder of Laughing Place. Joining me today is my wife, another co-founder of Laughing Place, Rebecca. How you doing, Rebecca?
Hi, man, today has been so much fun. Um, I feel like every time I think, okay, that was really nice, then it's like our guys would turn the corner and they would encounter something new. And so it's been a lot of fun following all the content coming out of their trip there at the Disneyland Resort. And we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. So, coming up in 29 minutes is the plan. We are going to see the media premiere of World of Color 1. As far as I know, this is the first quasi public showing of World of Color 1. And our goal is to live stream it to you. As far as we know right now, everything is in place for that. Obviously, something like this, things can always be in flux. But our plan is to live stream this to you in about 19 minutes. And so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we're just going to recap a little bit of what's going on today with the kickoff of Disney 100 at the Disneyland Resort. Maybe show you a couple of videos from throughout the day and some of the stuff that's some of the stuff that's stuck with us as we have followed this closely. I've been on the air 5 hours today covering this, and I am excited for the culmination tonight of World of Color 1. How about you, Rebecca? What stuck out in your mind throughout the day?
Okay. The iridescent monorail was amazing. That is like one of my favorite things. But I guess, we can just start with there you go.
Don't leave the monorail. Let's watch this monorail arrive at the downtown Disney station.
Look at that.
Is the word for it. The shimmering. It looks even better in the direct sunlight, but you can get a great idea of it here. It rainbows in front of your eyes. It's beautiful. So.
And you've got Chip 'n Dale at the front, Chip 'n Dale are at the front, and then you've got Mickey and Minnie and everybody back here at the other end of the monorail. So really, such a nice, bright addition to the resort right now.
And that was kind of a surprise. We did not know for certain, they tend to do this, but we certainly didn't know for certain that a 100 monorail wrap was coming. It wasn't there yesterday. And then our guys woke up today for the media event, and there it was. Kidder, unfortunately, I do not know for certain what the schedule is for tomorrow, so I can't answer that at this point. We might know some information, more information tomorrow. By the way, Kidder, is assuming this is the Kidder that's always on our shows. Nice to see your picture. And what time is World of Color going to start? It is scheduled to start in about 27 minutes, 9 p.m. Pacific time. And that's the coast we're on. That's obviously the coast Disneyland is on. So that is the schedule. That is what we're hoping for. And that is what we're counting down towards. Obviously, the big thing today so far was the media preview for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Toontown. And of course, it's been open in Florida for quite a while, so there perhaps hasn't been as much excitement as there otherwise might have been. But when people actually got to see it and see how incredible the queue was, Rebecca, you could feel the excitement going throughout the Disney Twitterverse, how incredible this queue is, right? Am I right?
They've done a really, really great job of creating an experience in the queue with this kind of museum to Mickey Mouse almost. And one of the things that I noticed in our photos is that it says it was curated by Minnie, and I just thought that's like the sweetest little thing. But what we've got is it's as if Mickey Mouse, all the items from his long storied career are now on display, and you can see them. You can see the outfit he wore when he was in the midst of his recording career, doing things like Mousercise, right? You've got his outfit from Mousercise. And I'm unable to share anything.
That's okay. I'm working on it. Just keep talking.
No, I think my computer is now back up and running.
Okay. But I've got some stuff to share, so you can keep going.
Okay, cool. Because for a moment there, my computer was just in a total freeze mode, so I wasn't able to do anything. But Mickey and there you go, things like that. Here, let me do that.
This is like so what they've done for the second half of the queue is they have had props from the Mickey shorts. throughout the years, as if they were truly filmed as opposed to animated. So here you can see,
the Plane Crazy.
yeah,
You can see a little bit of the outfit he wore in Fantasia. They
right,
even managed to bring the Steamboat Willie. You can just see the top of the
right there.
wheel. Now, we have a full Q video on this channel. We also have a tour with an Imagineer of the Q, where they talk about the various elements and the various design choices that were made. So, and kind of an in-depth look into this Q. But we're sharing just a little peek at it here as we await World of Color 1. We're hoping to share that.
So yeah, that's as you said, the queue. We have a really long video tour with an Imagineer going through so much detail of the queue. We also have an extremely long article with great photos, as Gio so kindly points out. The number of Easter eggs is incalculable from this queue. I saw one tweet, and I only mean this in the kindest ways, but all the Easter eggs from Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, and I'm like, there is no way it is all the Easter eggs. We're gonna be finding Easter eggs in this thing in like 3 years. Oh, I never noticed that before. So it is just so detailed. I asked my son, "Is this the best Disney queue you've ever seen?" And without hesitation, oh yeah, this is absolutely the best.
Check it out. Even the popcorn. There's this little concession stand because you're entering the El Capitan Theater, and they have a popcorn stand. And the way that they've created it, the popcorn, it's not simply popcorn. If you look closely, you can see you've got Mickey Mouse silhouette heads there. You can see his nose, you can see his ears. Down in the left corner, the bottom left corner there, you can see there's Donald Duck. So you've got like Donald Duck popcorn shape and Mickey Mouse popcorn shape. I love the design. They seem to have had a lot of fun with this. I know Doobie, in the first part of the queue, they have these posters that are kind of spoofs on classic Disney films, whether
Right.
it's a kind of a take on Freaky Friday or a take on The Parent Trap. And the Freaky Friday one features Goofy and Max, and the notion is, could they swap places? And I saw the director of the Goofy movie spotted that on Twitter and actually shared it. Oh, I am citing his role correctly, Kevin
Yeah,
Lehman.
director. Yeah, absolutely.
And then
I
he's
like
like, "Where
that.
can I get this?"
And
But
what's really fun, I mean, they're not just spoofing the movie, but they're spoofing the actual posters. If you were to look at these original posters, these are so clearly takeoffs on the original poster. It's so much fun. I'm looking forward to seeing a compilation of all the current posters versus the original posters. There's the Freaky Friday one Rebecca was referring to. So, yeah, very cool queue. And the other thing that kind of debuted this morning is, Toontown itself doesn't open until March. But obviously, to get to Runaway Railway, you have to go to the land. So as you enter Toontown from Fantasyland, the left side is all still behind walls. The old Gadgets Go coaster, Mickey Minnie's house, everything on that side is still behind a wall. But on the right side, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, one of the new parks in Toontown, the mailbox and City Hall and all that is no longer behind a wall. So as you're walking to Runaway Railway, at least as they have it configured this morning, you can see all of it. And so Mike Celestino actually got a video kind of walking around here, Rebecca. I was going to show that if you think that's okay.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, so this is just a video. You can see what it's like. The audio, the audio is just the background music. I'm not going to play that right now, but you get an idea of what the Toontown looks like and what remains.
So happy to see the fire engine back. It looks like the little paws of the Dalmatian are up there. So I'm hoping we'll be seeing him pop his little head back up again. These are things when Disney closed the doors to Toontown for that period of time, you're kind of wondering, what will remain, what will go, and so you can see here a lot of the similarity. But the tracks that were still there from the Jolly Trolley and the concrete, it's been replaced with this brick paving that we've seen in other parts of the park. And then the Roger Rabbit fountain has been removed, and there's this large patch of green. And I'm I'm interested to see how this ends up once it's full of guests, right? Because
Sure, sure.
I know at the hub in the Magic Kingdom at Disney World, right? There's that large expanses of green, kind of like this, and you'll find families sitting there having a little lunch, some and various things. I know Toontown's always had stroller parking at a premium, so perhaps it's going to be able to be a venue for that as well. So just yeah, but boy, does it look stark right now in
And
comparison to that fountain.
and we did have Mike check out the mailbox. The mailbox does still talk. So very exciting to have Toontown back, along with its new movie theater, the El Capitan Theater, which so many Easter eggs. So also Disney 100 has kicked off. Yes, who's ready for Disney 100? Very good question, Lewis. Very good question. Disney
We
100 has kicked
are.
off elsewhere in the park as well. I can stop this video and get over to here. Share
We are
this tab
so ready.
so you can see the castle looking good.
New
The
fountains out in front.
fountains out in front of the castle. We actually have a video of those you can check out real quick.
You can see there's a variety of banners that they're using. They've got some that have a very iridescent shimmer, others that are more silver. You've got this beautiful accent of the kind of a regal purple. Yeah, the three fairies from Sleeping Beauty along the front, along with the Disney 100 shield. Pretty, looking
Very
nice.
cool. Yeah, looking good.
Oh, even
Um,
a rainbow. How nice of them.
yeah,
They
I
throw
saw
in a
someone
rainbow
tweet.
for fun.
I saw someone tweet they've put Figment in Disneyland. And speaking of Figment, another one of the prizes from today was the Esplanade. They changed the music in the Esplanade. It actually could be heard not just in the Esplanade, but all the way down downtown Disney. At least this afternoon it could, and added songs from what would you say, theme parks all over the country, all over the
I
world.
I think it's U.S. I don't recall anything of a global nature.
So
And
we put up an article. I believe we got them all in our article. Something like
mhm.
this. It's hard to be
Yeah, if
100%
you scroll
sure.
up, I want to give credit to the Twitter. There, wait, a little bit down. You were there.
Sorry.
It's right at the top of the list.
There we go.
Nat
Nate.
Nate Yagi, I'm going to say Nate Yagi was tweeting the various titles and had a gap, and Mike just happened to be doing our live stream through the Esplanade, and I noticed that he was there around the time of the gap, and so we got to pause and figure out which song was missing from that list. But primarily, this list was compiled by Nate sitting there and tweeting out titles as they would come by. Oh, Juby, this list of songs has so many of what I would call the turn your day around songs from
Okay.
do you have a playlist that's like when you're in a bad mood and just need like that mental reset?
Yeah, for sure. And I agree with you looking at these.
So
Every
many.
When we were walking with Mike through downtown Disney, whenever the next song would come on, I'm like, I love this song. I love this song. I love this song. So, yeah, thanks very much to Nate Yagi. He is getting much love on Twitter for putting this together. His tweet is totally
So
blown up.
appreciative.
So happy for him, and so happy for him for us for doing this for all us Disney fans. Yeah, as Gio said, Magic Happens is totally one of those songs.
And
Absolutely.
and earlier, Gio and I were singing along because "Happily Ever After" is from the Magic Kingdom fireworks is one of the songs on this playlist. So very, very cool. So like I say, just so much. That was one of those things where Mike had been in the parks and it was really beautiful. We had seen the new attraction. We had seen the castle. Oh, the statues of Mickey and Minnie. We had seen those. I
Yeah,
think he's going to try and share
I'm
those
going
with
to show
us.
those stats in a second. I just wanted to give a quick reset for anyone just joining us. So we are here for the media premiere of World of Color 1, the new nighttime version of World of Color over in Paradise Bay at Disney California Adventure. I just got a message from our guys over at the Disneyland Resort. They are currently walking over to Paradise Bay. So that was so exciting to read. It's supposed to go at 9 o'clock. So we will be here, and trust me, you won't miss a second. As soon as our guys are in place, they've got their camera up, we will bring them on here. And I am as excited as anybody to watch this. thing tonight. Disney actually put out some more B-roll today. I was trying to decide if I want to play the B-roll, even though we're about to watch the show. But the B-roll is so good, I kind of want to almost like a hype video for it. What do you think? Should I play it?
I'll hold. I'd say hold it.
Okay, I won't play it. So let's get back to
Unless the chat argues with me, I'd say
yeah, if you
hold it.
guys want to see that B-roll, it's got some great footage that I was here on my excitement level. Now I'm here on my excitement level
Yeah.
because of that footage released today. We are going to talk about some of the stuff we're going to be looking forward to in World of Color 1. We have a cool fact sheet we'll go through a bit. But Rebecca was talking about the statues that have appeared. So I love that this is our first picture of the statue.
Oh, is it really? Oh, that's funny. Well, it gives you perspective of where he is. He's there. He's facing the facing the train station. He's looking. Oh wow, Ethan doesn't need to see it. Watched it 10 times already today. There you
Isn't
go.
it that good? Oh
There you
my, it's
go.
so awesome. So yeah, this is Mickey Mouse. He is in what we call Christmas Tree Point in Town Square. Oh, Minecraft Disney Resort says play it, play it, play it. All right, we have a tie right now. So
Oh no, no, no! I don't think Ethan was saying don't play it.
Oh, okay. So there's Mickey, and
so very cute.
Quote underneath, the famous quote: "It all started with a mouse."
Okay, so here's the deal. I know there's a lot. No, but in all seriousness, there's a lot of debate out there because there's a video of Walt, and when he says the phrase, he talks about that it was all started by a mouse, which is a different phrase. But when I saw this, I was kind of like, well, okay. However, it reminded me of a song that I adore, and it's from I heard it initially on an album from Tokyo Disneyland, and it's a song, I think it's called Started with a Mouse. It all started with a mouse, but that's one of the lyrics in it. And if you haven't heard this song, I highly encourage you to look for Tokyo Disneyland Started with a Mouse. It is a song that is just totally immersed in a love of Mickey. Part of the lyrics goes, he is the one who waves the wand, making the magic above and beyond. I think it then goes, ready the spotlights, dim the house, and always remember it all started with a mouse. It's just amazing. He makes miracles. I mean, it is quite an homage of song to Mickey, and yeah, it's I love that song. So it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I can see. I can see where people might question this, but brought up a good memory for me, so I'm not going to begrudge it.
And not to be outdone, Minnie Mouse also has arrived in the park. She is over the area that by Tomorrowland we used to call it King Triton's area, kind of over there.
Over there by Triton's Gardens for a while was Ariel's Grotto. Yep. And I think
you.
it's a heart that she's in, right? It's like a little heart bed.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a
she's
heart.
in.
And then she's got a quote under her too, which is what, Rebecca?
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
And you're fast asleep. Have faith in your dreams, and someday.
Oh, now, Mouse Planet pointed out, and it was something that I hadn't noticed, that kind of the era that they've pulled this Minnie from is different than the Mickey, right? Because
yeah, they said that
doesn't have the pie eye. You know, she doesn't have a no shirt with a skirt. You know, kind of dynamic that she had going on with the Steamboat Willie.
So there's Minnie as opposed to the Mickey, which is much more. I mean, pie-eyed Mickey's going way back.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that's related to kind of where they are within the park, like time-wise? Because you think of, where Mickey is here is kind of more of a turn of the century kind of dynamic, a little old-timey, and then you have Minnie down there by the, kind of on the edge of Tomorrowland, so like a little.
Yeah, I didn't think of that, but that now it seems obvious because that is the exact kind of thing Imagineers think about.
Yeah.
And it makes 100% sense. So yeah, I'm glad you did you come up with that?
Yeah, that was something that I was kind of like, why go with the different looks, and why place them so far apart from each other? Because we're so used to, like right now at the Magic Kingdom, right? They're both right there in the hub, kind of side by side. It's kind of not as common to kind of see one over here, one way. Even in Toontown, right? They're next door neighbors.
Oh, that makes total sense. So like I said, I'd been on the air for 5 hours today before this show. And 2 of those hours was doing a live walk and talk with Mike Celestino as we were walking literally all around both parks and downtown Disney to see all the Disney 100 decor we could. And so just as we were coming to an end, I'm like, Mike, let's go over to the Disneyland Hotel, see if they've added anything. And boy, am I glad they did, Rebecca.
Oh, what a surprise this was to stumble on in the lobby of the Disneyland Hotel.
Absolutely. So this is a, here, let me see.
I love how he called it a historical diorama.
Yeah, it's a diorama for the Alice comedies. And it makes me so happy that they have this description so people can actually learn something about the history of Disney. I mean, this is the Disney 100 celebration. This is literally going back to the very beginning of Disney, going back 100 to the Alice comedies. So you can learn something about it. You see one of the Alices here. There were more than one Alice. I think Virginia Davis is the most well-known one, and this isn't Virginia Davis. Excuse me. Interesting enough. And then Julius the cat. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. I thought you were getting ready to clear your throat, so I was gonna jump in. But yeah, no, go ahead. I'll let you.
And you
I'll
can
let
see
you
up there, Walt Disney Studios. Silly Symphony is one of their first studios here. So this, we saw some medallions. There's medallions, the Disney 100 medallions, kind of like this one, but dimensional, all over downtown Disney, all over Disneyland Hotel. But this was the only actual other thing we saw at the Disneyland Hotel, but worth it. I mean, I'm just imagining you come to the Disneyland Hotel for your stay at Disney 100, you walk into the lobby, and this is your welcome to the Disneyland Resort. It would, for a fan like me, you're like, yeah, I came at the right time of year. That's pretty cool. But they did have some other stuff over at the hotel. If I can get back to the right thing, share this tab. So they had, oh, sorry, Mike got some nice close-up pictures here. Here, I hate to scroll a lot on there, but.
so great.
Oh, so this is what you'd be greeted by.
We are going to do our best to bring that to you. We are waiting. It is a show. It is showing at 9 o'clock. Stay tuned.
Yeah, actually, in our backstage, Mike Celestino just sent me a picture of himself and a bunch of media heading over to Paradise Bay. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, the 9 o'clock at the schedule. Obviously, this isn't a public showing. You never know how schedules get messed up when it's not a public showing, but that's the plan. So this is what you would be greeted by as you're walking into the Disneyland Hotel for your stay. So cool. And then some of the other stuff they have there. This is one of them. Like I said, they have medallions all over the place. I've never wanted to purchase a medallion in my life, but now I do because I want this Disney 100 medallion with Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. Mike said they will have it for sale on Friday. I believe it's supposed to be reduced. So hello, Daniel from Israel. Thanks for joining us.
No, he's from Orlando.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Daniel from Orlando. Your name is Daniel Israel.
Yes, from Orlando. We love Orlando.
Boy, do we love it. And yeah. Oh, and Uniflor from Orlando as well. How you doing? So we expect to be seeing this live in 10 or so minutes. That's the plan. Like I said, we've got our eyes on the backstage. As soon as our guys are in position, cameras on, we are certainly going to bring them to you. If you don't see them, it's because it's not time yet. So don't panic. Do not panic. Yeah, so that's what's happening over at the Disneyland Hotel. And so we had World of Color 1. So as we get closer, let's talk a little bit more about World of Color 1. And I'm not going to show that footage again because hopefully we're going to see the show in just a minute. But this would be the public debut for it. Anyone except for, the tightest of tight show producers and such. And so as they say, did you want to talk about this or should I go ahead?
No, I was just putting it up there while you talk.
So here are just some facts on World of Color 1. It celebrates the storytelling legacy begun by Walt a century ago, bringing to spectacular life moments from favorite films including Moana, Soul, Coco, Mulan. It's the first Disneyland Resort nighttime spectacular to feature characters, music, and stories from Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar Animation Studios, the Avengers, and Star Wars in the same production, which is quite an amazing feat. I hadn't thought about that, but Disney has become so big, and this is the first show on this coast where it's a little trickier to use Marvel. I'm sorry, on the other coast it's trickier. This coast is easy. This is the first show on this coast to blend all of those together into one production. So very excited to see that. It says, and Rebecca, you talked about this earlier, how you were wondering how they would blend the live action of the Avengers and Star Wars on something that's predominantly animated, which they talk about in this fact sheet. So, do you want me to just read that, or do you want to talk about it yourself?
Well, as I mean, what the fact sheet explains is if you think to the end credits of the Black Panther or other films featuring Avengers, then you would recall that there's this beautiful artistic nature when you get to those, rather than just pulling a clip from the film. They're going to be pulling from that type of imagery. And similarly, on Disney Plus, when we have the Star Wars programs like Book of Boba Fett or The Mandalorian, there were those beautiful Ralph McQuarrie style concept images that would show you kind of an artist's take on what we had just seen in the Disney Plus show. And they're going to be doing that here. So so it's not going to be as we've seen before. I recall they had like the Pirates of the Caribbean Johnny Depp, and it was just kind of the film in front of you. But here we're going to have kind of a little bit of a different realization of those characters happening here, rather than just pulled straight from a moment in the film. So I think that's cool. I like the idea.
Yeah, totally. So it says there are 18 musical compositions, and if you heard that whew, I've got a stream down there. I'm so excited. So I'll give them a chance to get settled. We've still got plenty of time here, I believe. No, not that much time. Let me see. Can you hear me down there, Ben? Give me a thumbs up if you can. I will.
While Doobie takes care of that, my name for those of you joining us is Rebecca. That's my husband Doobie. We co-founded laughingplace.com. Believe it or not,
Gotcha, Ben. 1 second.
we actually met on Disneyland's Main Street as annual pass holders, and started this Laughing Place a little while ago, and have been writing about the Disney company ever since.
So we're going to bring on now Ben Brightbird. How you doing, Ben?
Cold. How are you?
I'm a little tired.
Wait till 5:30 in the morning tomorrow when our call time is. So,
So Ben Breitbart, despite his tone, is at Paradise Bay right now, preparing to see World of Color 1. We are so excited.
Do yourself a favor. Google wind in Anaheim right now.
Is it pretty bad?
It's pretty bad. And can you see those palm trees in the distance?
Yeah. And is wind a problem for World of Color?
Not if you don't mind getting wet.
Okay. So we have we have one of our largest audiences ever here right now, I want you to know. So we are way excited for World of Color 1. We are counting on you to bring it to us. We have a nice solid stream right now. We're
That's
just
good
waiting.
because it was cold earlier, so I don't issue.
So obviously, we're going to keep Ben full screen right now. Once the show actually starts, we will completely shut up, mute ourselves, and let you enjoy it all.
Ken Potrock told us he's going to be doing a speech before the show. So,
okay. That is the head of Disneyland Resort. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, he's the president of Disneyland Resort.
So I haven't talked to you today. Did you enjoy Ricky Roy?
I did. The queue's really cool. I mean, the ride's great, but he's in California. There's one extra scene, but the queue is really nice. So don't do like just try to coast the end.
Yeah, the queue for sure is what's getting all the attention on the internet. It's crazy detailed, crazy.
How's the reaction been online? I haven't been, been working. What's the reaction been?
Rebecca, how would you describe the reaction to Runaway Railway online?
There's been a lot of buzz and excitement, I think, about the queue. Just so many, Easter eggs and so many fun little nods to various favorites. Whether it's the Mallard cups for the Darkwing fans, or the Power Limes, for the Goofy movie fans. So I think a lot of people just are having fun, kind of finding their favorites represented somewhere in the attraction. And then the Esplanade music changeover has really generated a lot of discussion on Twitter as well.
That's neat. I mean, I haven't really spent much time in the Esplanade, but I did walk from Disneyland to GCA, and they were playing "You Are the Magic" from the 50th anniversary celebration, which is, it's a neat kind of. I mean, because it's, unlike the 50th anniversary, which was a celebration of the entire Walt Disney Company, so it's nice to put from everywhere.
Yeah, the surprises of the Esplanade music and the monorail have been really exciting for everyone. So,
yeah, that kind of us. We were at the Grand California, and we looked up and like, oh wait, that's different.
Yeah, of course.
So if you hear something starting while we're talking, just really quick say "shut up" and we will end it.
Did you get to try any of the food that's coming for the Disney 100, Ben?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were in a position to talk about anything like merchandise or food or anything else that maybe
I did get some merchandise. They kind of did a thing where you could get the merchandise that's coming out on Friday. Like they have that Walt Disney Brothers Studios coffee mug, and there's journals. I forget what they call it, the Era collection. That stuff's pretty cool.
I also want to let everyone know that Ben is not our only person there, so we also should be getting a nice high quality video of this that we'll be getting up on YouTube as soon as we can after this. So
yeah, I'll probably be tomorrow morning.
Okay, so you're gonna watch it live and watch it later.
So yeah, we have we should have it up hopefully tomorrow by like 7:00 in the morning.
Okay. Are people excited right now?
Yeah, so actually, if you see all those folks down there,
yeah,
those are cast members that are as part of the cast experience or getting a chance to see the show too.
So this is really a cast member showing that they're letting the media go.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That is awesome.
I don't know what the chicken and the egg situation. Yeah, and actually, it's been a big theme. There's really been focus on the cast experience. We're talking to people, executives. So, even with like the rollout of the main and stuff, they really want to make sure they feel a part of it. It's been a rough couple of years for a lot of people. Making sure that they feel part of the celebration.
That's wonderful. And I'm loving seeing the Disney 100 name tag with the characters. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's been fun. Most people aren't allowed to wear them until Friday, but we've been asking people what characters we pick, and it's kind of cool.
We are waiting for the beginning of World of Color 1.
Oh, yeah. Can I get one of those? It was incredible.
Oh, yeah. Big
color off.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, the other two are not my favorite.
Last one was very
If you've never been to a media event, now you know what I like.
Cold.
The lemon one. You couldn't believe what I did. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, no, you can apply.
Actually, it seems like the wind's dying down, which is good, because we were concerned. Ken was talking today, he was concerned. Wonder Stern doesn't have to have fireworks, they have a projection version of the show. But he's worried about not being able to have fireworks tomorrow. Hope it goes down. He did say, it's 4 different experiences based on where you see it. So you can see it like Cosmic, It's a Small World Promenade, the Castle Folk Court, the Royal Main Street.
Yeah, I was excited to hear how the projections were different at each location. Friday is a big day between this, the fireworks, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That Mickey's Fun Wheel is endlessly mesmerizing.
It feels like another thing else.
So we're in position. We're just waiting for them to start. And as soon as they do, we'll shut up and we'll all enjoy this together. Thank you, Javier. Wondrous journeys.
Oh, yeah.
While we wait for Magic Journeys, Juby, why don't you share with us a little bit more about it? Things like I know you have in front of you
Sure.
information about the water jets and things like that.
Yeah, so there are 18 musical compositions that play a part in it, including the original song "Start a Wave," which heard it. It's very memorable, wonderful, wonderful song. I'm looking forward to having that stuck in my head. Thank you so very much, Lauren. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. 1,200 fountains in World Color One, doing the dancing during the Born to Play sequence from Seoul. The jazz tunes appear to be played by the fountains. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, I hope. They are 380 feet wide, and the geyser fountains are capable of shooting water.
And one thing I want to add, if I may.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys, we're starting.
Okay.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. To have you here for another Disney Pass like this. This is very special because it's 100th anniversary. Let's make some noise.
No way to overstate how special a moment like this is. 100 years of Disney. That is an incredible milestone. And all of you have had a part in those 100 years and making tonight possible. So truly, this is for you. You get to be the first in history to be among the first to be able to see this new nighttime spectacular, World of Color 1. How excited are we?
I mean, we can say it until we're blue in the face, but you as the cast members here are truly the heart here at the Disneyland Resort, but even beyond all of our cast members around the world, you truly give all of our parks and resorts heart, and without you, the Disney dream couldn't happen. You all take so much time out of your day and life to really make this happen, so we just truly want to take a moment and celebrate all of you. So let's put our hands together for the magic you created.
And don't forget, this is a Disney Cast Life event, so you are welcome to share this moment with everybody. So if you're going to do any posts on social media, don't forget that hashtag Disney Cast Life. We want to show the world what Disney Cast Life is.
That is correct. Hashtag Disney Cast Life, so that way Natalie and I can be able to see it on the Instagram account. We love seeing all of your posts and comments. So without further ado,
we do have a guest that wants to help us kick off this event, so please help me in welcoming our president of the Disneyland Resort, Ken Potrock.
Let's hear it for Natalie and Mark, guys. And thank you. You're going to hear thank you a lot in this conversation. Thank you for being here, and welcome to a very special premiere, debut, whatever you want to call it, of World of Color 1, which is something we're extraordinarily proud of. I think the whole 100th anniversary concept began about 2.5 years ago. And one of the things that we heard from the company was the fact that we wanted to celebrate and mark this milestone at all of the business divisions, all the units around the world. And we heard that and kind of heard that we would be part of that. And then we said, well, being part of it's okay. Being the center of it, being the heart of it, and being the year-long exposure of it is the way that we want to go here at the Disneyland Resort. So we are so incredibly excited to be part of the 100th anniversary, and so excited that you guys are able to be part of it as well. We're going to kick off this celebration tonight with one of two spectaculars. And I don't think there's a better word than spectacular for what you're going to see tonight and tomorrow when we launch not just World of Color 1, but also Wondrous Journeys over at the Disneyland Park. They are two exquisite creations that a very hardworking team put together. We'll talk about that in a minute. I also wanted to make sure that everybody knows that beyond those two nighttime spectaculars, Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railroad is also debuting. In fact, tomorrow, which we had a lot of our cast members going through it on a soft open today. And if the concept and the request of I would love to write it again and again and again is any indication of the positive reception that we've gotten from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I think we're in really good shape. And by the way, as I was telling a number of different friends earlier tonight, the attraction is fantastic. By the way, the first time that we've developed an attraction featuring Mickey and Minnie in a full-blown ride-through experience, I kind of find it hard to believe that that's the first time we've ever done that here at the Disneyland Resort. It seems way overdue, don't you think? I think the other thing that is really also important is the fact that when you think about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, you also think about all the reimagining that we've done for Toontown. And so when you all get a chance to see that, I think you're going to be very proud of what we're doing. What makes this night in particular so incredibly special is the fact that we're able to perform this show for this audience filled with our cast members. And I think it's important for you guys to recognize that we talked about this a lot and how to go forward and do this. And we made a very, very quick and easy decision, which is we wanted to showcase all of our new products to the cast members to give them a chance to see this first before anybody else, because we are so grateful for all that you guys do. We just wanted to make sure we were expressing that in many, many ways. So thank you all very much for that. You get it, right? You guys are all the Disney difference. You're the special sauce. You are the difference makers. I think that's all part and parcel of being a Disney cast member and what it's all about. I think what's also really important is this show has a very special message that I think connects beautifully for what we do as cast. We're here. The fact that we all can make a difference, that it can ripple, it leads to we are the same thing. It begins with a hello. It leads to a conversation. It evolves into a memory. This is really the impact that our cast members, that you guys can have on our business. And I really on the guest experience that we think is so incredibly important. So it's so important for us to think about, Walt started that wave, a long time ago with his dream of this place called Disneyland. And you guys continue that wave of inspiration. And again, we're incredibly proud of you and grateful to you. I also wanted to take a minute to call out the Disney Live Entertainment team, who have been working so hard. Let's hear it for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, see? Thank you.
They have been working so hard to bring these two shows to life. Countless late nights, think about how cold it was over the last couple of weeks. Countless tweaks and changes and evolutions to get it just right. And this team worked so incredibly hard, and all of the people worked with them to get this show. And again, so thrilled to be able to present it to you. For our guests, you and our guests are going to love it because World of Color 1 is truly special, just like you guys. Thanks very much, guys. Enjoy the show, and we really do appreciate everything you do to make this a very, very special place, the happiest place on earth. Thank you, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. In just a minute, lights surrounding Paradise Bay will be dimmed, so you may fully experience Disney's nighttime spectacular, World of Color 1. For your safety and for the safety of others, please remain in the same area until the lights return to normal. And please be advised that guests located close to the waterfront will get wet. We hope you enjoy this presentation in celebration of Disney's first 100 years. World of Color 1 begins in just a few minutes. Thank you.
Buenas noches a todos. En tan solo unos minutos, las luces alrededor de Paradise Bay se atenuarán para que puedan disfrutar del gran espectáculo nocturno de Disney, World of Color 1. Por su seguridad y la de los demás, por favor permanezcan en su sitio hasta que las luces sean restauradas. Y por favor tengan en cuenta que los visitantes situados cerca de la orilla del agua se mojarán. Esperamos que disfruten esta presentación en conmemoración de los primeros 100 años de Disney. World of Color 1 comenzará en unos cuantos minutos. Gracias.
My greatest feeling is to have the public appreciate and accept what I've done all these years. That is a great reward.
One man, one dream. 100 years ago, Walt Disney set ripples of happiness and imagination in motion. He showed us how little ripples can become great waves. It just takes one. A dream that's calling out. Hope lighting up the dark. A single act of love. Just imagine all the ways that it could start. You breathe a wonderful song, start the motion, stand alone, still the ocean, big hand reaches out to the unknown.
Grandmother Willow, there's something I want to show you. Look. So, look how people someone has to stop them. But Grandmother Willow, what is my path? How am I going to find it? All around you are spirits, child. If you listen, they will guide you. Cut around the hidden pine threads of the forest. Taste the sun's sweet berries of the earth. Come rolling on the chips all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're
Change is nature, and part that we can influence. And it starts when we decide. Oh, yeah. Amazing. What is that? I don't really know. You don't know. And you're eating.
You decided muscle your way past the gag reflex. All kinds of possibilities open up.
Got to teach you about food. You don't have to fix it. This is a
I remember one time my dad took me to this jazz club. That's when I knew I was born to play. She's forgetting me. My Coco. I wrote her a song once, but I wouldn't give to sing it to her. Final, last time. Aunque tengo significado de llorar. No, that I will live the only way that I can be. Until you're in my arms again.
My whole life, this was something that made me different. But now I know. Comes from you. I won't let go. See the ripples once turn to waves, right before your eyes.
Oh my, I'd forgotten how much I hate space travel.
It is time.
What was that?
Looks like the winds will change. Going back things, I'm gonna have to face my but the way I see it, solid, somebody will do it. I'm going
Shoot someone out.
She loves to see beautiful people. She makes her whole family proud. Sometimes the world seems against you. The journey may leave us small. Oh, I listen. You know. See the ripples fast and turn and drink them, 100,000 joining in, and ocean drops to drop my hands. Someone has to start it. Maybe there's a world that you can change. Sometimes you just have to take the first step. Could you be
No matter who you are, you have the power to make other things. It just takes one.
I just want to leave you with this thought. It's just been a sort of dress rehearsal. We're just getting started.
Maybe it's a smile on the subway. Maybe it's a whisper in the dark. Maybe it's a hug with the heartache. There's a million different ways that it can start. Someone has to start the motion. Throw the soul into the ocean. Be the hand that reaches out for the other. Sometimes just see the
Thank you for joining us for World of Color 1. Remember, like Walt Disney, you have the power within to make a difference. Make your wave.
Gracias por acompañarnos en esta presentación de World of Color One. Y recuerden, para más.
Can you hear me, Ben?
I can. Let it go.
I mean, I know. Wow, that was pretty cool. How was it there for you guys?
It's me. I mean, obviously, I'm watching through a camera, a phone. But one thing that I think I want to make sure people realize that won't come through on what we just did is the audio really envelops on this edition. I mean, they've always had first speakers everywhere, but this one they really use that to full effect.
Good to know. All right, well, we're going to let you go because you got things to do. So thank you very much.
Hey, one thing, I don't know. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jimmy, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to say, we're having an opportunity to do interviews tomorrow. So if anyone has any questions about either show or Runaway Railway or the Nighttime Spectaculars, please let us know so that we can ask those questions tomorrow. We'll do our best to get answers.
That's a great point. We will make sure to reiterate that again. Thanks a lot, Ben.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good night.
So that was Ben live from World of Color 1. We're not going to say goodbye just yet. We do want to digest that just a little bit and make sure you know what's coming up tomorrow here on LPTV. But so as a reminder, we did have someone else doing a nice high quality recording of that we will have going up on our YouTube channel, hopefully very early tomorrow morning. So when you want to see World of Color 1 again in higher quality, just tune into youtube.com/laughingplace. But that actually turned out pretty decently. I feel like I got a really good feel for the show there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been able to form some thoughts. I'm curious if you have any thoughts, Rebecca.
Well, I think Mike, our Star Wars editor here at Laughing Place, summed it up well with saying, "Fun wheel going into hyperspace, pretty sweet."
That's really cool. When the Star Wars scene came, I got the feels, I got the chills, I got the goosebumps. It was so cool. And even though I'm not the biggest Marvel fan in the world, when that music hit at the end, World of Color is an emotional show. What? Go ahead.
Do you have the B-roll handy? We can run that while we talk about it, so that way everybody can see a really beautiful copy of the footage that we just shared live. With live, there's a little bit of buffering, not quite as crisp of a picture, but we are going to be posting a video on this YouTube channel from tonight's performance. It was a preview for cast members, to which they also were kind enough to allow the media to provide footage. This right here, though, that we're looking at is B-roll. So, Doobie, what were you saying about your thoughts on it?
Yeah, just the Star Wars and the Avengers sequence, which are kind of the two, non-animated. What are they going to be like? And they worked well. The way they illustrated them, as you talked about before the show, I think worked really well. And just the music, it just shows how important music is. Even when the visual is not perfect with our stream, but just hearing that music I expected the visual on the water, but for whatever reason, I wasn't imagining the way they used the background, the sun wheel, the Mickey's Fun Wheel, and the Incredicoaster. The way they used all that was just spectacular. And the soul sequence, everyone's talking about the soul sequence. I agree. The soul sequence was pretty amazing.
And I Burnt My Toast points out, we did notice and our guys there said that it was quite windy. And when you're dealing with mist screens, if you've ever seen Phantasmic on a kind of a bit of a windy day, it doesn't give you quite the same, crisp of image that you might otherwise get. I reached out and asked Mike Celestino, who was there for us, what were the what some of the segments were that he thought were the best. Thank you. We calling it Kyle coming in to say it's the Pixar Pal Around. I keep saying Fun Wheel.
Oh, me too. I want to call it the Sun Wheel. So,
but I asked Mike Celestino what got the best reactions kind of there in the moment, and he said he found that The Lion King, the Star Wars, and the Avengers were the ones that kind of in that moment with that crowd. For me, anytime you can have John Williams score in a large venue is a good time. So Ben was pointing out that he found that it was a speaker upgrade, right? He was saying.
Right. Yeah. That he said the speakers, I guess, have been there, but they haven't been used quite as much as they have in this show. Really taking advantage of the sound system that's there. So
And like
obviously,
and what you pointed out with the dimension of visual, the Incredicoaster and the Pal Around, the lighting systems on those, they really kind of added another layer to this. I mean, they've had some lights there before, but I feel like it was kind of elevated with this particular show.
and I don't know if you guys could tell, but it started. It was bookended by Walt Disney, right? As I heard. Yeah, I know Walt started it.
I remember him at the beginning.
And then at the end, I'm pretty sure it was just Walt saying, we're just getting started, or
okay,
something like that. That is a famous quote, but
no,
yeah, of course, Walt Disney's so important with this being the Disney 100 show. Ben pointed out that we are going to have an opportunity tomorrow to interview, talk to some of the creators of the show. So if you guys have anything you want an answer to, please use the comments for that. We'll make sure to take notes and send those over to our guys who are actually going to be in the parks tomorrow talking to the creators of World of Color 1 and of Wondrous Journey. So.
And I hope it sticks. I hope it sticks around long enough for you to get to see it too, RJ. I know what it's like to have a trip planned and to see something that you're you're all gung ho for, all excited for, and then you're not sure if it'll still be there by the time you get ready to head out the door. So fingers are crossed for you that this has a nice long run, that is well received, and a nice long run.
West Coast Resale says, didn't like the transitions, never flowed, great lighting effects. Yeah. The lighting effects are spectacular. I completely agree. I think what else I want to say about it. I don't know. I'm not a big World of Color fan, but this connects. I love the song. Start a Wave is such a great song.
Did it kind of bring you back to that share your light?
Yes. Maybe that's why I love it so much. This show, in so many ways, reminds me of my favorite Paradise Bay show, Luminaria, the Christmas show in the opening season, which did not go over all that well.
Because for those of you who didn't get to see Luminaria, because it was in the early era of DCA, it was a holiday season show, and it focused on the notion of kind of be a light, and then that light will spread and shine brighter throughout the world. And so, similar concept here. You have, the wave making a change, and you can be the one to start the wave, and there it was, in essence, you can be that one candle that then illuminates more candles until everything is brightly lit. So yeah, it kind of got me a little nostalgic of DCA early era.
One thing, not a surprise, but 100 years of Disney, it didn't go back all that far. I'm trying to think. I think the earliest film in it was probably The Lion King. Is that accurate? They had both The Lion King and Pocahontas, but none of what we call classics. I guess to kids now, those are classics. But what we call classics, Snow White, Cinderella, Pinocchio, that era.
But Wondrous Journeys is really going to cover that expanse of Disney history. So, maybe leave it over to a little bit more contemporary over here, which is funny because if you think about your day at Disney parks, right, when you walk in the main entrance of California Adventure, it's very much a celebration of the early days of Walt, right? And so so to have this be not as focused on that and kind of let that be the nighttime over at the other park is an interesting kind of bookending balance.
And it didn't. I mean, I don't mean that necessarily as a criticism, because I wasn't thinking about it during the show. Where's the classics? It's just that thinking about it now. But I feel like if they had to make a choice, using Star Wars and Marvel and putting that into the show was the right move. I love seeing all of it come together in this show. Hey, thank you very much, Eric. Appreciate it
Thank
very
you,
much.
Eric.
Gio points out that you need to see it. He needs to see it a few times to get a good feel. I get
Yeah.
that feeling about World of Color, that it's one of those shows that gets better the more you see it for a lot of people.
I'm wanting to. I want to see it again to see if there's like smaller transition moments that maybe I missed, because it really felt more like Phantasmic in that you went from like one big portion, like you have, you know, kind of the uh well, okay, I'm gonna go classic era because that's the one that I know the best. But it was like you have your Pinocchio segment, you know, and you have your Peter Pan segment, and you have your. But there isn't they have the princess montage, but Phantasmic was much more of kind of, you know, individualized stories
Mhm.
more often, and then you had those kind of some montages kind of in between to weave it. And I didn't notice that tonight with World of Color, where I didn't notice kind of a montage of several different elements that kind of wove me into the next point. But it could be just that I'm wrapped up, you know, the first few time viewing.
Sure.
You're going to notice those big moments. You're going to notice Moana. You're going to notice Mirabelle. You're going to notice Soul and the beautiful fountains with Soul. So I'm eager to catch it
Catch it again.
Little things that I'm didn't notice tonight.
But I do love the film choices they made. There weren't any that didn't hit for me. I love Pocahontas, which, you know, in a lot of times it's kind of a forgotten princess these days, because it was 30 years ago. The Soul segment, everyone loves. Coco, I'm always a big fan of that music. I love seeing Mulan, you know, which is still also going back to the 90s. Lion King, as Mike Celestino said, really hits with people. Great choices for the movies, in my opinion.
Even the Avengers, they chose score. I'm not a passionate Marvel fan, but they chose those elements of that cinematic score that, you know, connect. And I kind of know, I have some idea as to, you know, what I'm hearing. It's not totally unfamiliar, and I can't quite place it, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, and Star Wars, right? It was like, oh yeah.
That moment. How did it start? It
You
starts with
gasped. I was sitting beside you because I'm actually just down the hall, but it's too hard to do it side by side. I'm down the hall with the door shut, but went and sat and watched it with you. But you gasped. That was
because it
funny.
started with C-3PO, right? Talking about how, oh, I hate space travel.
I forgot how much I hate space travel.
And that's when you realize this is about to be Star Wars. Then, oh, so cool. So cool.
It was fun.
Sorry, it's so cool. I do love Star Wars. Wow. Okay, so we just saw a live stream of World of Color 1, which kicks off officially on Friday. We will have a video up tomorrow morning, a nice high quality video of it tomorrow morning. Obviously, you can rewind and watch this stream again as many times as you want, but come tomorrow morning, you can watch it in a much higher quality. And boy, we've got a lot going on for you tomorrow. We actually are going to go live with our morning news show at 8 a.m. tomorrow, 8 a.m. I expect that morning news show, the length of it is dictated by what's going on in the world. I expect tomorrow to be a long one. So hopefully you guys can tune in here on our YouTube channel or on Laughing Place TV. If you leave it tuned there, whenever we go live, you'll see it. I know we are also planning to stream throughout the day as events warrant. Our guys will be at the Disneyland Resort all day. And hopefully we have some more fun, some more surprises throughout tomorrow and tomorrow night. And then, of course, Friday, this all opens for real to the public, and we'll be there streaming again, seeing what it's like on opening day of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. People trying to get their virtual queues.
Sunny, I think I can understand that because we're celebrating the 100th, but I think you're going to find that kind of experience with the Wondrous Journey that is going to be the nighttime entertainment over at Disneyland. So, you know, just a little bit of a difference between the nighttime offerings during this Disney 100. I mean, and it's just right across the Esplanade. So.
Yeah, and you can see it from the Esplanade itself if you don't have a ticket to Disneyland. If you only have your DCA one day, go to the Esplanade, see what you can see. Although the
no, I'm guessing that's probably
important.
Projections. Yeah.
The projections are a really important part. Yeah, it's actually a projection show. My understanding, a projection show that has fireworks on select nights.
Yeah.
So, and the projection show is different depending on where you see it. There are 4 different locations to watch a projection, and it's not just a carbon copy, which is really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so that's tomorrow and Friday. We're going to be so busy. We hope you are here to be a part of it with us because
for sure.
lots of fun stuff's going to be happening. And thank you again for watching with us the premiere of World of Color 1. It was so much fun not only to see it, but to see it with you, with a crowd like this. It was fantastic, Rebecca.
And before we sign off, just want to remind you all that if you hit subscribe, you'll be notified when we go live. We went live several times throughout the day today from the Disneyland Resort. And if you hit subscribe, you would have gotten the little bell, gotten the notification, and seen it when we discovered the beautiful historic display in the Disneyland Resort Hotel. The Disneyland Hotel there, you would have experienced the monorail and its shimmering rainbow. So we had a lot of fun wandering Disneyland today. Went over, experienced Toontown and the new Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway that opened. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. We have a very active Twitter. We have a very active website, laughingplace.com. That's where you'll find photos and videos of varying areas of the Disney company, because we not only report on theme parks, but we offer you information all around the Disney company. So I just wanted to let everybody know that about Laughing Place, but I hope we'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah.
Definitely.
For what's around the corner.
As Gio said, so much fun today, and it's only going to get better tomorrow. So thanks so much for joining us, guys. It's been so much fun. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow at 8 a.m. Take care.